magic age of might. A band of heroes step up to the fight, playing with powers they don't understand. Will they fuck it all up or will they save the land? Treachery, vanity, loitering and worse. They are their own worst enemies. These fuckers don't need no cause. Authors and dragons. Authors and dragons. Their powers combined, a group of fantasy authors take on a sadistic games master. Will they survive? Look into the asshole long enough, and the asshole also looks into you. Authors and dragons! Authors and dragons!
Hey everybody, I'm John Hartness, and I'll be playing the role of Fendingo the Fantastical, slayer of spawn and drinker of drinks and bard of all trades. In real life, I write a bunch of different things, including the Black Knight Chronicles, Bubba the Monster Hunter, and the Quincy Harker Demon Hunter series, the most recent of which, Histories Volume 2, a short story collection, just released today. So get out there and buy my shit.
Hi, I'm Joseph Brassi. I play the role of Bjorg Bjornsson, enthusiastic and violent barbarian. I was an author on the Mongoliad books. My novels Skyfarer and Dragon Road can be found everywhere books are sold, and I am the author of such non-existent titles as Chad Wondercock, the story of one man's search for wonder in the crook of his elbow, which is also known as the weenus. I looked it up.
That's fascinating to know. Anyway, I am Rick Gualtieri, and I play the role of Silas Kane, a paladin who most certainly does not know what a weenus is. In real life, I write several things, including the Toma Bill series, the Hybrid of High Moon series, but my latest is out on Kindle Vella, Boar War, A Tale of Cryptid Terror. If you're curious for a tale of bacon that bites back, go check it out. A new chapter is released every week.
Hello, friends. Robert Bevan here. I play the role of Klaus Richter, the notorious rogue. In real life, I write the Caverns and Creatures series of comedy fantasy novels and short stories, starting with the first book, Critical Failures. Go get it.
Hi there, I'm Steve Weverell, and I play Brandon Fymaster, monk, hero, ideal Little League coach. In real life, I write such books as the Doomsayer Journeys with Falstaff Books, and, Weenus, I guess.
Hey everybody, I am the most electrified man in podcast entertainment, but enough about me trying to install my own tiki lighting. I am the author of books such as Superpowered, NPCs, and Fred the Vampire Accountant, the latest of which, Posthumous Education, is out right now, right this moment as you're hearing this, in ebook and print. Audio folks, it'll be January 17th, so not a long wait, but, not like the ebook and the print, which is available right now.
Fucking suck it up, audio guys.
I had to pay off that electrified shit.
I'm afraid I must add that I may have slightly misrepresented the weenus. It's the excess skin at the joint of one's elbow.
I'm so glad I know that.
Yeah.
I actually did know that, weirdly.
Also, dear listeners, in case this is your first time tuning in, that last guy to do his intro's name is Drew Hayes.
Yes.
I feel like it was like the implied Drew Hayes. I'm trying to get it as like an ethereal thing. You know it,
Yeah.
He's no longer a man. He is a vibe.
It's the first step toward godhood. You got to transcend the physical. All right. When last we left our intrepid adventurers, they were preparing for Authors and Dragons Con in August in Portland. All right, not really, but, just trying to work those in, let you know. We've got plenty of time. We're getting the heads up. There's links on the website, so, go check that out. But when last we actually left our intrepid adventurers, they had successfully defeated Aboleth Spawn, only for Big Papa Aboleth to rise from the deep and reveal that it was wearing a big old top hat, out from under which poked the head of Prometheus. And that was pretty much where we left off. That felt like a nice, stable, obvious stopping point.
Hello, Prometheus.
Prometheus, are you riding an aboleth?
Certainly not. I'm controlling the thing in Aboleth.
Oh, that's even cooler.
You realize that top hats are sinful, right?
Don't listen to him. You are on fleek.
Is it dead?
Are we dead?
Not quite. I have basically overridden its brainstem. It is screaming in constant agony, but fully controlled.
Ha.
So it's like all of us whenever Silas speaks. Got it.
Excellent.
I would have moral questions about
Huh.
this, but that would require me to re-examine the way we treated Keith, the totally normal slot.
If it eases your conscience, be aware that it is trying to dominate you mentally as we speak, so...
That's fair.
Ha.
Good luck with
Good
that.
luck with that. I'm pretty smart, you know.
So how solid is your control? Like, if we were to sail back to Caldern, could you, like, you know, convince everybody there that they should worship Tor? You know?
Silas, let's not doubt Bromegvius' control.
Okay.
He's in control.
All right, then we should go back to Caldern and convince them all to worship Tor. Rhymes with...
I'm sorry, I don't know who you're talking about. You're gonna have to give me a name.
I'm not going to tell him, as we're not going to tell you who his deity is.
I don't know who he's talking about. He says some crazy stuff. This is kind of his thing. Sometimes he speaks, we ignore him, we move on. We're moving on. This is a beautiful day. There's some dead aboleth spawn. You're riding an aboleth. Did I ever tell you about a time I single-handedly killed an aboleth? I mean, these guys were there, but it was mostly me.
Oh, come on. How many Tor tracks did I read to you while you were, like, still in your eggshell?
What, Drax?
I'm really gonna need a name here.
Oh, we're not giving it to
It's
you.
fine. We can move on.
Don't worry, I have plenty of branding irons down here.
Klaus Richter.
You know, I can't really remember. Does Silas worship Klaus Richter? He might. Hey, Silas, if you don't worship Klaus Richter, say Toreg.
I'm going to burn this boat down as you all sleep tonight.
He did try to vigorously jerk me off once. Does that count?
Not in front of the egg, man. He's a child. A monstrous aboleth-controlling child.
So,
He's seen the horrors of the deep, but he doesn't need to see the horrors of your deep anytime soon.
so Prometheus, buddy, pal, how do we leave without the aboleth no longer being under your control and murdering us all?
Why would I let go of the aboleth? That's why we came here, was to get one.
What are we supposed to do with it now?
Well, originally, my plan was to use it to find other aboleths and kill them and then take over their bodies and really just let the cycle play out. It, again, is what I was designed for.
But
It's a solid plan.
that was the original plan. What's the new plan?
Well, I felt
We eat pieces of it until it dies.
I felt compelled to inform you that when I latched onto this one and pillaged its brain contents, I learned that not only have the aboleths been seeking an ancient artifact, it appears they've actually found it. At least they believe they found the location. Which could be problematic as...
What is this artifact?
they believe it is something from their ancient past before the gods struck them down, blah, blah, history, blah, blah. Boy, these guys really carry a grudge. My God, hang on, let me sort. Yeah, ancient artifact from before times. Here we go. They believe it will re-empower their mind-controlling abilities to what they once were, strong enough to overpower even thoughtless beings such as undead, deities, blah, blah, blah. Wow, they really are putting a lot of eggs in this basket. I'm going to be honest.
Hold on. It can overrule the edicts of deities?
They can let them mind control deities. They think. That's what they
Like,
believe.
even deities that, like, you know, say commanded you to not be able to say their name?
Brandon, will you push him in the water?
All right.
All right, we
are going to find this artifact
and
destroy
use it.
No, we are going to destroy it.
Well, first we have to use it.
Well,
No, we're not.
There's certain errors in the universe that have to be corrected.
we could
No, they
just
don't.
murder you. That will correct
I am
one error.
tired. I'm tired of his overthinking things. We're like finding an artifact, right? We're back on like easy moral ground. We've just got to find a thing. Let's just find a thing. Let's not
Find a thing
think
and
about
break it.
things.
Yep.
We're wasting valuable energy when we could be
Let's-
doing crunches.
Let's go break this evil mind control device.
After we change the order of the universe.
No, not.
Think about artifacts or do crunches. This artifact just got way more interesting.
I mean, technically, I guess if we're going to change the order of the universe, this would be a quicker way of me becoming one with the universe.
This is not going to go well.
I'll tell you what, Brandon. You help me say a certain word I want to say again. I'll help you become one with the universe. See, you scratch my back, I won't touch yours.
Is that word sorry? Sorry for being such an awful paladin. There, I said it. We've been traveling together for a long time, but I said it. You were a bad paladin.
I'm well aware of that.
Oh, shit.
Of course, I'm filth in the eyes of the universe. I know this. It's about time you acknowledged it.
Okay, but just as long as everyone's clear, I'm a great monk. Probably the best one.
You're the best monk I have ever traveled with, Brandon.
Yep.
I am definitely breaking this thing before anyone can get their hands on it.
And as a great monk, I think you should help me change the order of the universe back to the way things should be.
Okay, well, to a given value of should be.
So, Prometheus, whereabouts is this artifact, and are you just going to kind of go under the boat swimming, or are you going to try and bring that thing onto the boat? Because I got questions about that.
Ooh, we'd be a lot faster if he pushed us.
What about why don't you use your aboleth magic to just take us there?
That's not how aboleths work. At all.
It's not how almost any magic works.
But good try. But, if he'd been right, that would have been a great idea.
Use your aboleth power of plot morphing.
I mean, look, I can dimension Doris 50 feet forward at a time, but I think it's going to be faster to just sail there.
But we don't know where there is yet.
Well, I can lead you directly there. That's not an issue, but based on what I've got from this brain, we will not be the only ones journeying in that direction. I'm an aboleth killing machine, but I'm really built for sort of a one at a time thing right now. I need to build up some momentum, and I feel like perhaps you might want to consider the option of, I don't know, running to one of these islands where you've made friends, or heading back to Caldern to rally forces. It's up to you.
You're in luck, Prometheus, because we've made so many friends.
But I'm just letting you know that you might want to consider bringing some extra help for this one. Your call. I'll lead you wherever, but
All right. We're going to go. Where has the biggest army?
I'm
Always
so
wanted to lead an
glad
army.
we've made so many friends along the way on our journey.
Gunther's dad is a badass. I mean, he hates us, but he hates everybody, and he probably hates Aboleth more.
And he can get us to Caldern.
Look, Fandango, that none of them hate us. They're all just slightly jealous, and that's fine and understandable.
There's a difference between jealous and having spoken to Silas ever.
Wait, I think Wizard Monroe kind of likes us.
Well, they may have spoken to Silas, but they've looked at me. I think we can turn this around.
and it was a Warlock Monroe.
Whatever the fuck. He's not there to judge me.
The Isle of Warlock Monroe.
We need a navy and a shit ton of harpoons and barrels.
Yes, for once, I actually agree with Klaus.
Oh fuck, we're all gonna die.
We need firepower and military power, and I was never trained for this, but I think I'm one of the only ones moral enough to push for it. We're trying to stop the end of the world.
Look, guys,
I might wanna
I think
have
if there was
Gordon pop in there.
if there was ever a time to cash in on all the goodwill we've accrued, it's now.
Could we maybe see if
I think it's all on this boat.
could we maybe see if there's anybody else that maybe doesn't know us that all of these people like and would fight with or for?
You know what I think we should do? We should go journey to my original temple and raise a holy army.
Oh, sure. The Temple of what, Silas?
Oddly enough, it doesn't have his name in it. It says Shrine of the Broken Hammer, you dumb fuck. Oh, no, wait, Shrine of the Shattered Hammer.
Who's Shattered
Okay.
Hammer?
Who's the dumb fuck now, dumb fuck?
That was beautiful.
Was that hammer wielded by anyone specifically, or are we just looking for a very poor blacksmith? I don't know.
I
Without
am
context.
tattooing his name on your abs while you sleep.
Oh, whoa.
Jim's shitty hammers.
Okay, well, we can stop by a fucking DIY store on the way. But in the meantime, let's go see all those people who definitely like us.
We can lure all the aboleths to an island and then destroy the island like we have so many before.
Do you like luring?
That is probably the best plan I've ever heard.
We could chum the waters with their dead spawn.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's got dark there.
straight
Yeah.
downhill.
Very dark, very dark.
I don't hate that idea.
Not an endorsement I'm interested in.
Alright, first we need to decide which people we are going to visit first. I vote Gunther's Island because
I vote whatever Bjorg says because he's not an idiot.
that's the nicest thing anyone said to me.
I've still got a token I need to cash in on the Isle of Champions, so I could go there, defeat their leader, inspire all of them to follow me. Easy, we could probably do that in about half a day.
Yeah, all right.
I think if we sell to Caldern with a giant aboleth, they'll do exactly as we tell them.
Been a lot of trust in this big tentacle monster, man.
So, decisions are something we're still having trouble with.
All right. According to this aboleth's knowledge, I mean, do they know for certain? Like, are they like swimming around the artifact, or might we use this aboleth to convince them? Hey guys, you're looking in the wrong spot. It's actually over here.
The top hat might be a giveaway.
They have found an ancient civilization's temple with some sort of Abolithian marking. This one hasn't seen it, he's just heard the rumors through the ocean, so apparently it's a really big hint. They're all very excited. Seems pretty concrete.
Actually, Klaus brings up a good point. What the fuck is with the top hat?
It's a disguise, so I can attack the other aboleths without them realizing they're in danger.
That's my boy.
I got
That's a
that.
stupid
Yeah.
question.
Yeah, that works. Good job, bud.
Alright, Gunther's Island or the Isle of Champions?
How about one then the other?
Which
Let's-
one first?
Flip a gold piece.
Oh shit, who cares?
Gunther's Island.
All right, Gunther's Island first.
Yeah, we do need to resupply with drugs.
Yeah.
That might help us convince other people.
Prometheus, have you ever been stoned?
I was literally born days ago.
I know.
Stop trying to corrupt much. You're instantly trying to get him to drink drive. He's like 3 days old.
Isn't Gunther's Island the same island where Klaus embarrassed Bjorg by taking that axe?
It is indeed.
Yeah.
Okay, let's revisit that.
My pride can handle it.
Silas, your sudden fascination with revisiting things is irking me somewhat. The past is in the past. This is all about the present.
We could stuff a seal carcass full of drugs and like let the aboleths eat it.
Bjork, climb up into the boat.
I think
Yeah, Bjorg will climb up into the boat. Just gonna...
And if
Just gonna
anyone
go.
is eating a seal carcass full of drugs, it is me, motherfucker.
he's just been standing on the water, imploring us to make a decision.
We might have to like fill a whole whale carcass if we're gonna do that.
Okay, well, that's Klaus's job.
I'm just picturing Klaus with a dead seal jamming bricks of cocaine up its ass.
What, if there's one thing I've learned from our adventures with our quote-unquote rogue brethren, is we should probably just let him do his own thing while we do what needs to be done.
I have this mental image also of Ron Weasley Jeremy dragging bricks of cocaine and then shoving them into this dead seal's mouth.
Why else do you think he has a weasel finger?
Yeah.
I do not even want to think about that.
Cocaine sea bears.
Oh, there's the podcast title.
Going!
All right, I tell the boat to go to Gunther's Island.
Adventure awaits!
What?
Adventure.
Yeah.
We're doing an adventure? I thought we were doing an adventure. I feel a bit self-conscious now.
All right. Yeah, let's go, boat.
All right.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering. I'm waiting for y'all to tell me how exactly y'all are doing this.
Telling the boat.
Telling
Go
the
back
boat
home.
to go.
Bjorg is going to suddenly grow a brain or something. I don't know.
Just kicking the boat. Gunfer's Island.
Go.
Gunfer's Island, go. Yeah. Gear.
I'll blow on the sail.
Everybody, roll me intelligence checks.
Wait. We have what's his face here? Our slave, whose name I can't remember. He's from there.
Slave.
Wow. Wow.
Oh yeah, Gunfer. I keep on forgetting about you.
You mean Gordon?
Yeah, Gunfer whatever.
Yeah, Gunther Gordon, whatever.
I rolled 17 on the wrong stat, so that says everything you need to know about my intelligence check.
Bjorg rolls a 2.
Silas rolls a 17.
Fendingo rolls better than Bjorg, but an 8 still sucks.
Klaus rolls a 12.
Oh God, Silas is your genius here. This is brilliant.
Well, it looks like Silas, Brandon, and Klaus. Oh, no, there's the intelligence. Oh, boy.
A natural 0?
Oh,
How
wow.
did that happen?
All right, Brandon, you are just so stunned by the top hat, you cannot follow any sort of other process.
That's natural. Can we stop at a haberdashery on the way?
I guess we will see if you encounter one.
You want a top hat, don't you?
Fandingo, Klaus, and Silas, you all can very easily remember it was not a hard intelligence check that there's a magical map in the main quarters that y'all generally use to select locations.
We remember the fundamental part of the boat.
Well,
Well done,
fuck you,
everyone.
Gordon. We don't need you anyway.
It wasn't porn. I wasn't interested.
To the
I've
map!
always just stood at the wheel yelling random things at the boat while other people do things that actually
Actually,
make the boat go.
Gordon was here to help us hatch Brandegg, and that's done. He doesn't really have a job. I say we make him be navigator.
Yeah, and he really didn't do a very good job of that. I mean, why don't we
No.
want to give him any job? Shouldn't he be like cleaning the latrines or something?
Well, do you want to do it?
Well, unfortunately, I'm financially bound to the wizard whose island you've all decided to head back to, so... Fuck me.
Well, you said it, buddy.
Oh well, maybe he'll give
Wait,
you.
does something
your
bad
freedom.
happen to Gordon if he goes there?
I mean, he's probably going to give me to a different
remember.
crew of assholes to work off more of the debt. But at least that goblin
Okay.
curse seems to have gone to the bucket for now, so that's something.
I think, sending you on what is surely a suicide mission, for you at least, will probably pay off some debt, you know?
We can always keep you on the boat, and then...
I mean, how much money do you owe him? When we kill all the aboleth, he can have the boat. That should be fair.
Oh, no, this is my boat.
Listen, you ever get on a really, really hot streak with a pair of dice and you're sure you can't lose? You can.
Oh, you're so fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
I'll tell you
There's
what, Gordon.
like 3 continents I can never go back to, and only one of them has to do with a jealous husband, a jealous wife, and a couple of jealous uncles.
Jealous emperor.
How about this, Gordon? When we get the artifact and we're changing reality, we'll consider erasing your debt.
Yeah, good enough.
That's a pretty good deal, huh?
That's a pretty sweet deal.
Better than I've got anywhere else.
I don't trust Silas, but there's no reason you shouldn't.
The artifact that we are definitely not using.
Just keep an eye on the barbarian because he wants to destroy it before we can, do a good deed and help you.
No, other thing.
I'll-
Let's just go. Let's go already.
I'll tip Gordon a wink and say, when I'm one with the universe, wealth will be immaterial anyway. So
I'm still just talking to the steering wheel.
All right.
Go
Y'all
home.
can use
Why
the map.
go home? Are you
It
too good for
does-
your home?
Have records of everywhere you've been because it's a very cool magical map that was made by a powerful ass wizard who y'all are heading back to visit. And along the way, why don't you go ahead and level up to level 12?
oh shit,
Action
nice.
egg, slayed some aboleth spawn, and are you're heading into it. So you guys can start venturing off into the seas. We will go ahead and throw a quick roll to see if there is any random encounters. Anybody feeling lucky?
Never.
Sure.
Always.
Literally never.
All right, anybody roll a D100. First one is the one that counts.
62.
Yep, Bob got in with a 62. So that's above 50. We'll say that y'all see a few occasional monsters sort of swimming in the vicinity, but they are all very quickly ripped apart by tentacles and devoured by an aboleth.
Oh, what a waste.
Cool.
Yeah,
Our Aboleth or another one?
I mean it's the one wearing a top hat, so you don't know for sure, but probably yours. Seems likely. All right, and as y'all sail into the seas heading back to Gunther's Island, I think this is probably a good point to pause and let everyone know we're not transitioning to questions just yet. This is a time for a fairly big announcement. So if you were at Authors and Dragons Con or have listened to the live episode, you know that we are planning to wind this game down. We're going to be transitioning out to a different game pretty soon. In fact, I think we have 8 episodes of this game left because we are changing formats pretty substantially. We've been calling it internally Authors and Dragons 2.0, but basically starting in 2023, we're going to be doing shorter, more condensed games. Not the sessions; those will actually be longer. But for example, we're going to do Chronicles of Calamity, the final chapters, and that's going to be our first season of 2023. And I think that will be 8 or 9 episodes. I'll double check the schedule. And then afterward, John is going to take a season with his first game. I don't know if he has a title for that one yet.
Nope.
Okay. John's
Not a bit.
No worries. John's incoming game. That one is going to run for between 8 to 10 weeks. 8 to 10 episodes. And then we're going to have a third one. I don't know if we've locked down who that person is yet, so I don't want to announce without being sure. But that one will again be 8 to 10 episodes, and that is going to basically fill out 2023. So we're trying to do things that are a little more fast-paced, a little more contained and varied, and this way we can also sort of change up the casts. As much as we, love having the Janes and the Salty Bastards and the Chronicles of Calamity, the way they're established is pretty static, and it makes it hard to mix and match, to get to play together in different combinations, and so this is, we're hoping, a way to vary things up to let other people take on dungeon mastering roles without the commitment of a multi-year endeavor. And really just to make things as dynamic and exciting as we can.
And if you have listened to the live episodes from Authors and Dragons Con 22, there may have been a sneak peek or maybe a prequel episode for the upcoming campaign, which has yet been named, because I ran a couple of side one-shots at the con, and some of those will be going into the creation of my 8 or 10 episode arc.
Yeah, and I think this is going to be one of the cool things about the shorter format is it'll allow us to explore different games and different settings and stuff. Like, I know we've talked about wanting to do a Strixhaven one. It'll be neat to fuck around on like different systems, maybe do something futuristic or sci-fi.
Silas in space.
At some point, not in 2023, but at some point, I want to run a Humblewood game which is a bird-centric 5e setting.
Oh, that's awesome. I know there's a system that does like old like Fleischer and original Mickey Mouse era cartoons as like as a role-playing game with dynamics and stuff. And
Oh, neat.
I've never gotten to test it out, but that seems like that would be a fun one to fuck around with. So I love the amount of opportunities this new format gives us.
And in a couple of years, once I get the thing I'm working on developed, maybe we can play test it on the show and see and kick the tires on a new RPG project
Ooh.
that I've been kicking around for about a year.
Now, as for how that's going to influence Calamity Janes and Salty Bastards, Rick, did you want to speak to your game, or we can also just cut this out entirely?
I mean, I'll just say that that there's some possibly some interesting changes on the line for the bastards, and we'll just kind of leave it at that. We're on the cusp of what could be some interesting change-ups.
Alrighty. So that's going to be coming in 2023. It's a new phase for Authors and Dragons, one we're all really excited about. We are going to kick it off with, again, the last legs of Chronicles of Calamity. The first season will be our big finish. So tune in, spread the word. It's been, 7 years in the making, so we're excited to see things through to the end.
This is officially the longest I've ever played any character by
Yeah, same.
at least 5 years.
I'm hoping that we get to see Klaus come so hard he saves the world.
I feel like that's happened a few times.
I
Maybe.
feel like
I'd have to backtrack.
Klaus is convinced that that's happened a few times.
Yeah.
I mean, you come so many times, it's difficult to keep track of these things.
It is.
I am the glue that holds this world together.
Oh,
Oh, no.
God.
I mean, is this
No.
ocean the ship is on truly water?
And on that
Come
note,
on, Joe, hit it.
Ah, God damn it.
Thick enough for Bjorg to stand on.
God fucking damn it.
well, there's the one you've been waiting for. So why don't we have Rick go
Ah.
over and take the questions from our Discord that's associated with our Patreon, patreon.com/authorsanddragons, and we can answer the queries that you are posing.
Well done for running us out of that scenario as quickly as possible, Joe.
I've had a lot of practice.
Our friend Kyle the Goof gives us an excellent chance to pimp one of our sister shows. He asks, each of you has a counterpart on the Calamity Janes, someone who feels you have wronged them. How would you react if they confronted you? Your character, not you.
Yeah.
Criminally.
Bjorg probably doesn't entirely remember what he did. But he would, I mean, it's Bjorg. He's going to try and make amends and apologize. Even if he doesn't know what he did.
Brandon would react with absolute bafflement. Yeah, I mean, he'd be psyched that somebody knows who he is, but confused as to why that's for negative reasons.
Silas would not be confused or surprised in the least. If anything, he's been expecting, other members of his order to hunt him down. In fact, he's surprised it hasn't happened yet.
Klaus only does one thing. That's probably what he did wrong, and that's probably how he'll respond.
God.
Jesus.
Masturbation, the cause of and solution to all life's problems.
Jerking off got me into this problem. Jerking's going to get me out.
100% Fandango just standing there saying, wasn't me.
God, that'd be great. It's like, Klaus, you jerked off on my father's grave. Well, maybe I should jerk off on your mother's grave too, just to make it even.
We're a great podcast.
All right. Well, moving on. What is a holiday tradition in your household that you think should be more widely adopted?
Trifle.
So I don't know how widespread this is, because I don't know shit about how other people do Christmas necessarily. But I did learn that it wasn't as universal as I thought. When I was growing up, and the way we do it now in my house is, instead of everyone, basically, when it comes time to open Christmas gifts, we go around in a circle, and basically one person is given one, they open it, and then the next person in the circle is given one, and then they open it, and we go through until everyone's opened all their gifts. And the nice thing about this is it gives everyone time to appreciate what they've been given and who they've been given it by, and all of that stuff. And again, this might be way more widespread than I think it is, but the handful of times I've done Christmas with other families, that was definitely not the way they did it. So I think it's fun and nice and that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's not how we do it. So
Gimme.
yeah, exactly. Also, there's a lot of little kids in my family because breeders, and they're not going to wait.
All right. So this is something I see people complaining about all the time. And so the tradition we have, mostly because we've alienated almost everybody we're related to, is you're an adult. if you don't want to go over to your family, see family that you don't want to see, you don't have to.
I
Literally,
like that.
stop. I mean, I see so many people like, well, I kind of have. No, you don't. You have your own life. What's the worst they're going to do? Stop talking to you? You already said you don't like these people. There, problem solved.
Yeah.
I always thought that was like the main problem of Christmas is like not enough resentment.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, we have the general. The only really specific tradition that I can think of in my family is not one that I especially think needs to be shared. They just love watching White Christmas because it was something my grandparents did every year, and so it kind of trickled down. And it's Bing Crosby and Danny Kaye. It's got some enjoyable songs, but I definitely don't think everybody needs to watch it.
There are a few parts of that didn't age well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they were racist as shit when the movie was made, but yeah.
Let's share some casual racism this holiday.
I mean, that's a tradition in my family, but I grew up in South Carolina.
It's not as bad as you would think. I mean, truly, Monster Squad is worse. But there is definitely one song that makes you go,
What do you think about it? The
oh
entire
no,
Christmas.
oh no, oh no. But really, outside of that song,
What do you think about it? The entire Christmas tradition is based on we should kill as many babies as possible. I mean, that's how the whole thing starts. So, anything less than baby genocide, probably good, I guess. Well, not that good.
I got nothing. Our Christmases are pretty generic.
Yeah, same here. Our stuff's kind of...
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with generic. That's what it's all about, isn't it? And trifle.
I don't think I've ever had trifle.
Well, there you go. This is why people need to do it more. You guys are probably like fucking turning a pumpkin inside out and rolling around in it, or whatever you do for dessert, you maniacs. Trifle.
When Steve's in charge, there will be salmon moose rings for everyone.
Oh yeah, salmon moose ring, then a trifle. Then you can just go to sleep, and it's Boxing Day. Ah, it's fucking perfect.
As everybody here in America wakes up and starts punching other people. What, this isn't what you meant by boxing?
Mike Tyson comes down your chimney, beats the shit out of you.
He's like, where's the fucking salmon ring? You gotta leave a salmon ring out for Mike Tyson, or woe betide you.
That's another mystery solved.
Yeah, fooled you, Mike Tyson. We blocked up our chimney when we put the gas logs in, motherfucker.
What do you mean you ate all the salmon moose ring? Mike Tyson is coming down the chimney. Quick, put grandma in front of it. Everybody go to the pub. That's not, a tradition. That's just common sense. That's survival. And that's a Boxing Day tradition anyway, so it's a different conversation.
Now I suddenly kind of like this alternate reality.
Well, I'm glad it's alternate for you, Rick.
I'm fascinated to know how Mike Tyson coming down the chimney became a holiday tradition in England.
Well, we don't ask him, Joe. He's a big guy.
Who's going to stop him?
I am not telling Mike Tyson that he can't do something. Anything.
I mean, there's a couple of things I'd tell him he couldn't do, but
But I don't.
I'm not going to be able to stop him.
Yeah, don't think it's going to matter.
God damn it! Okay, next question.
Let's move on.
Yeah, we're going down a rabbit hole there. Our friend Zach of All Trades asks, "What's a useless fact that you can't get enough of?"
Ooh, I learned a new one from Jason Pargin, who was recently on our podcast in a side quest. Check that out; it's quite interesting. Apparently, there is no possible way to shuffle a deck of cards the same way twice. It would take you a million years to do it.
Yeah, well, there's a possible way. Not likely.
Yeah, not if you're shuffling. If you're actually shuffling, if you're putting
I know.
the
I'm
cards
saying
in
it's possible. It's just extremely unlikely.
Yeah, incredibly.
Yeah.
If it does happen, no one will believe you. So.
I've read the same thing. Like, all the decks of cards that have ever been shuffled in history have never been shuffled the same way.
Well, in all fairness, it's not that nobody would believe you. I don't think anybody would care.
Yeah. Well, it's I'm not saying that people should stop trying, but
that's what I was thinking. I don't, maybe I'd put it in a story or something. That was somebody's like hell. They had to spend eternity doing that, and then they could finally be at rest when it happened.
And I'm not good at shuffling cards. So.
Actually, it's pretty good. I don't know. I come back to like obscure medieval facts. I've told this one on the podcast before, but there's we have so in the Middle Ages in a lot of German cities, guards, they didn't have professional guards because the citizens didn't trust anyone who was basically doing police work for money. So what they did instead is that every guild had to put forth a certain number of members every month to do watch duty, and you would go in cycles and etc. You know, this week it's your turn to do watch duty, and it was not very popular. Like people didn't want to fucking do it, especially since if you arrested someone, everyone would immediately accuse you of like, oh, that guy must have owed him money, and so he was trying to get back at him.
Just because I arrested you last month, I see how this works.
Yeah. But anyway, these guys would like do all sorts of ridiculous things to try and get out of watch duty, and we have court records of some guildsman who was arrested while he was arrested by other guards while on guard duty because he was attempting to pawn his halberd and lantern for beer money.
Nice.
There was also a couple of guys who got drunk and shot off a cannon from a tower, but that's...
If you're going to ask for volunteers and leave them unsupervised around a cannon, that's what you fucking get.
I'm not sure why this random fact is in my head, but I was thinking about it earlier today. So the reason you don't see grape ice cream, or at least part of the reason, is it's really, really hard to make grapes into ice cream. Something about the way their skins and everything work. That said, famously, one of the Ben and Jerry guys did do it to impress a woman he was courting, and her dog licked a bit of it and then fell over dead. And that's how I found out that grape ice cream is incredibly poisonous to dogs. Just impossibly toxic. Like grapes are already bad for them, and something about the process like brings out that thing to just an incredible degree.
I assume they got married soon after.
No, that killed that relationship. Dead as that dog.
As surely as it killed that dog. Yeah.
Dead as the dog.
Yeah, I sincerely doubt she was like, "You killed my dog. Take me now, you brute."
I hope that wasn't like a first date thing.
I mean, what a roller coaster. I made this impossible ice cream for you. Oh shit.
I mean, actually, no, I hope it was the first date, because it's like the fifth date and you've kind of already slept together and you get to know each other. I think this could really work. Oh, no, hey, I made you this ice cream. No, Fido, no.
You know, I think would be it's like, I made you this impossible ice cream. Let's let your dog lick it. Dies, and he's like horrified, and she's like, "Okay, that was hot. Let's do it on top of his corpse."
Maybe he just like got to the second date. You know what? I want a convenient way out of this relationship. Here, I made some ice cream for your dog.
Was this woman an ice cream scientist, or why would she be impressed by this in the first place?
Look, man, whether she's impressed by the ice cream or the fact that he killed his dog.
Yeah, it's if you had a favorite flavor that you wanted an ice cream of, and people were like, "No, that's impossible to make," and someone was like, "I figured out a way to make it just for you."
How would you know it was your favorite flavor of ice cream if it was impossible to make?
I think you can enjoy the flavor of grape and go, "Man, I wonder what this is like as an ice cream."
You put some Kool-Aid powder and some vanilla ice cream. It turns purple. There you go. And don't
that's
feed
Bob
your fucking
inventing
dog.
grape ice cream for someone.
I think she engineered this. I think she didn't like her dog and she wanted an easy way out. That Ben and Jerry's guy has
I
to
bet
carry
you can't
this for the
make
rest of
chocolate
his
onion ice
life.
cream for my dog.
But does it come in arsenic flavor?
Oh, goddamn.
You know, that was like her ex-husband's dog or something.
It was an unwanted child in a dog costume.
That's even better. I was just about to say, we've gone a long time with this podcast without telling a killing a dog joke,
and we're catching up for it right
God
now.
damn it.
Come in coat hanger flavor.
Oh, next fucking question.
Oh,
Wait, I didn't.
Oh.
Jesus,
I didn't-
Rick.
I didn't give my answer.
God
I,
damn it!
Thank you for that interesting
Oh, that's right,
fact,
you didn't get
Drew.
to answer.
I think we've sent it straight to hell.
This is something I can't help but sharing. So I have shared it many times. My knowledge of cloacas, but and I think I don't know if I said it on the podcast, but the joining of two cloacas in the mating ritual is called the cloacal kiss.
You have mentioned it. I thought you were
All
going
right.
to say weenus.
Well, no, that wasn't mine.
Where is the weenus on the cloaca, Bevan, as our expert?
It's on your mom.
Oh, well, that was unnecessarily hurtful.
She's feeding like her dog grape flavored ice cream.
He doesn't have a dog, and that's why.
She had a dog till that unfortunate ice cream
Maybe
incident.
we should move over to Facebook.
Okay.
Maybe.
That's the thing with killing dogs. You got to do it now and then, but you can't. You're taking it too far now.
Okay, let's see here. All right, let's start off with a fairly benign one. Our friend Nelson asks, what device do you like to read ebooks on?
I've got a Kindle Oasis I use. I used to use an iPad mini, but I like the low light strain on the eyes, so I typically enjoy that one.
Phone. I like to not have other devices.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
I'm like Bob. I'm just gonna read on my phone.
Oh man.
If I'm home, I read on my iPad. If I'm out, probably my phone. I have a Kindle Paperwhite, but it never stays charged because I can't keep track of all these goddamn devices.
I use my phone for audiobooks.
Now that I've got a car that can talk to the phone, I do that too.
Yeah, I also use phone for audio. That's super easy.
I'm still a desktop guy. I got a Kindle. It's one of those ones that lights up. It's very easy on the eye. It's got a leather case, so it feels kind of like you're reading a fancy book. Yeah, that does me.
Let's see here. Okay, our friend Matthew asks, this is similar to one we got on the Discord, but it's fun. What would the holiday traditions of your characters be like?
Praying and beatings.
Drinking and failed seductions.
I think exactly the same, but in a festive hat.
I think in Bjorg's case, it would involve devouring large amounts of food with his friends and then going and sweating in a sauna for like 3 hours.
Drinking and tinseling a tree with semen.
Oh no.
Well,
Yeah.
Ah.
This is what our characters would do as their holiday tradition.
yeah, I guess that would
Just
be.
John Luther Davis, if you're listening, don't draw that.
Oh god.
Oh dear God.
No,
Please do
no.
not.
I'm gonna say Gunther and all the cousins would go for a walk before the big meal got served and come back smelling of skunk.
Referencing the classic English tradition of going out on Christmas Day and kicking a skunk to death.
Jesus.
Holy fuck.
Oh, we past killing animals? All right, okay, let's move on.
All right. Let's see here. Okay, so our friend Mark, fuck you, Mark, says, since we're getting ready to wrap up Chronicles of Calamity, has there been any discussion of who takes over for Rick in 6 years when the bastards finally sink? Oh, and bonus, when do we get our Salty Bitches spinoff? We're gonna mix up the casts, so
Yeah, I mean, technically, everything we're doing going forward is some kind of spin-off, I guess.
And there's no way they're gonna fucking survive for 6 years.
Yeah.
I mean, look at how long you sons of bitches lasted.
there have been a couple close calls.
There have been a lot of close calls.
Despite
There's
our
been a
best
full-on
efforts,
death.
we have
Yeah.
survived.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
Yeah, so I guess that's that. Yeah, our friend Jamin asks, if you had superpowers, would you be a hero, villain, or would you probably just end up accidentally killing yourself on the first day?
Oh, the last one.
Yeah, the last
Yeah,
one's the true one
totally
for
same.
all of us. I don't know that we need to call that out.
Yeah,
I
it's still
wouldn't
sitting
know.
right
I
here.
wouldn't be a hero or a villain. I'd just, I'd be selfish, but not villainously so.
I expect whether I'm a hero or villain will depend on who you're asking.
Yeah, I'm not evil enough to be a villain, but I'm not young and idealistic enough to be a hero. So yeah, I'd probably be like Bob, be like, okay, how can I use this to like fill my bank account?
How do you figure out the parameters? I remember reading an X-Men comic with a character called Wing who figured out he could fly. And then he just landed too hard, thinking he was also invulnerable and like shattered his legs. It's like I can fly, and then you don't realize that the limitation is but you can only fly as far as you can run, and then you're just going to fall to the ground. You don't know what the parameters are.
But that's the thing. Then you got to take it slow. This is why, like, when you're like, when you're it's like riding on the highway. You don't like immediately get on the highway and just zoom to like, the maximum your car does. You accelerate,
I don't know. I've never just climbed into a car and like, we're talking about. I was trained to drive a car. I didn't just kind of like I have no idea what a car is. And then just sort of accidentally stomp on the accelerator.
Yeah, but I like to think if I've never seen a lawnmower before, like my first inclination would not be stick my face in the like spinning blade part.
Yeah, but that's only because you know what a lawnmower is.
Oh God, all I can remember is
if you figure out you can fly, you fly a little bit first. I mean, I would. I'm terrified of heights.
That's true. I'd fly a few feet before I like leapt to the sky. There would be a gradient.
Yeah.
But I'd definitely get overconfident.
There's a scene in one of the Spider-Man films where like his first thing is like, oh, I have spider powers. Let me jump off this really high building. And I'm like, yeah, I think I'd take it a little like slower than that.
Yeah, I might.
Let me jump off this
3-foot ladder.
He does end up fucking himself up quite a bit.
I'm going to jump off this couch first. Okay, maybe let's do this step ladder next.
I don't know. If I figured out I could fly, I'd probably hover for 5 feet and go, you know what, that's enough.
Just hover 5 feet off the ground everywhere.
Exactly. I'd just be going around at walking speed. Just go, I'm still better than you guys. So... Can you do this? No, fuck you.
Here's the thing. That's actually not a horrible idea because that's below radar. So at least you don't feel like. At least you're not like, hey, look, I'm in the air. Oh, there's missiles coming at me.
Yeah. Even if you don't know how far you can fly, you just got to go smack bang into a jet engine at some point, don't you?
I remember some indie superhero thing I read where a character had telekinesis, and someone shot a missile at them from a distance, and they thought they were going to be cool and stop the missile with telekinesis, and the missile just blew up and killed them.
There you go.
That'd probably be my fate.
That's why with superpowers you need to have a kung fu training montage where like you're learning it, not just you immediately assume, oh, I must be invincible.
Well, what are you going to learn that's going to stop missiles being shot at you?
I don't know. I mean, I'd have people start throwing baseballs and stuff, getting bigger and bigger.
I mean, for one thing, maybe you read the comic Joe did and go, "Oh shit."
Yeah. The lesson there is don't get missiles shot at you.
Or, I mean, fun. Maybe I go to the airport and like try to stop planes with my mind. In which case, then I probably do.
Just destroy.
Whoa!
Rick's just out there experimenting with telekinesis on jet engines
just
full of people.
He's like, oh, I'm glad I wasn't on that plane. Good, I figured that out.
I feel like this ends with Rick shuffling really awkward away, like, oh right. Shit.
Okay.
It just blows up the plane. Everyone dies. You go, oh shit. Okay, well,
I mean, how are they going to catch you? What are they going to look under the security cameras and be like, oh, that guy's brow was furrowed. It must be him.
Yeah,
it's going to be three. It's going to be.
That's the thing, though.
Yeah, they're going to figure out like the sixth plane.
Stand there and be like, it's going to be 3 days before I get to try another one.
You can never reveal your power.
What?
Because
I'll buy a fake
because there's no other possible explanation for that plane crash that you were present at.
It's like, what? Oh no, I better not tell people that my power is blowing up planes.
Okay.
Put it like
Jesus.
this, right? Have you ever
You just fucked up your way to monetize this.
But now at least I know I can stop a missile.
Have you ever drank a glass of water and choked on it? Now imagine that, but with super speed. It's like every fundamental flaw you can make as a human being that nearly kills you for ridiculous reasons. Oh, yeah. Now imagine that times 1,000.
Oh yeah, it's like you run it like you run it like Mach 1. You open your mouth the wrong way, and a fly just goes through your skull.
You don't know what the limitations are. I've got super speed, but
I have thought sometimes about what would happen with super speed if a bug hits you when you're going that fast. Probably takes your whole fucking eye out.
It doesn't break your windshield. You'll be fine.
But yeah, I think it's probably everyone else has got to worry about. It's like, yeah, I can run at the speed of sound. So long, everyone else who's within 5 feet of me.
Just causes an instant sonic boom that blows everyone's eardrums out.
I take back my answer. We all become villains before dying horribly.
Yeah, we become villains once.
I prefer the term cautionary tale.
I think I mentioned once I played in a superhero game that sort of was part of what inspired A&D, and it was like we were genuinely trying to play it as best we could, and we absolutely ended up domestic terrorists within 3 games. We were fucking just terrible. Like, when you get that much power, it's so hard not to accidentally blow up a building.
I mean, we've never even had that level of power, and need I remind you what happened when Brandon got near a coconut tree?
Oh, thank God, you're talking about a game. I thought you were going to, like, drop some horrible secret on it. I've never even had that superpower. I blew up at least 3 buildings.
Yeah, one time I tried to stop, stop a jet airliner with, just my truck.
This is why next day a decon isn't in Charlotte.
Because I'm not allowed within 3 miles of the airport anymore.
For a while there, I thought my superpower was driving trucks into things.
This is Ted. His superpower is bomb. He makes it in his basement.
Oh, no.
Oh, fuck. I don't know if we're getting better than that one.
Whoever asked this question should feel bad about themselves.
Talked about 8 different forms of domestic terrorism.
And the night is young.
It's fine. We were all on watch lists long before we got on this
Could be
podcast.
international terrorism.
It could
Don't
be
sell
that,
yourself short.
that flight you stopped could have been could have been Qantas or something.
Oh, dear.
Oh, God, that was good.
Well, this is why I don't hang around radioactive fucking truck drivers or whatever.
All right, everybody, that is going to do it for this evening. We will still have content going through December, but this is going to be the last of the Chronicles of Calamities games until the season kicks off in 2023. So we hope you will be there to join us for Chronicles of Calamity, the final run, along with all of our fun, festive content and the cool shit we have planned to roll out in 2023, including A&D in Portland in August. Check it on our website. All right, until next time, bye.
Bye.
Authors and Dragons is brought to you under a Creative Commons license, meaning you are free to share this material so long as credit is given to those who created it, which is us, the people you just heard play the game. Opening and closing themes performed by the Gore Core 4.
Authors and Dragons! Authors and Dragons!
We could stuff a seal carcass full of drugs